Ahmed Ododo wins Kogi election by a landslide victory. Over 30 fishermen killed in boat mishaps in Taraba. Police foil terrorist attack in Katsina, rescue 3 kidnapped victims. On the foreign scene, 5 U.S. soldiers killed after aircraft crashes over Mediterranean Sea during training. These are the headlines on Trust TV News Update. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thanks for joining. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has declared the candidate of the All Progressives Congress (APC) in the November 11 governorship election in Kogi State, Ahmed Ododo, winner of the poll. Ahmed defeated his closest rival in the contest, candidate of the Social Democratic Party, Murtala Ajaka, in what has been a keen contest for the governor's seat. Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman reports.
Ahmed Osman Ododo of APC, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected.
The governorship election in Kogi State has been won and lost after months of contestation and heated political campaign. The returning officer for the election made the declaration despite plans by INEC to conduct fresh elections across 9 wards in Ogori Mogongo Council, with growing complaints of alleged overvoting in some polling units. Announcing the results, APC's Ahmed Ododo polled 446,237 to secure a landslide victory, beating his closest rival Murtala Ajaka of the SDP, who scored 259,053 votes, as party agents expressed mixed reactions on the conduct of the exercise.
Yes, it's an election period. Everybody needs to talk and everybody needs to make complaint. An electoral process is a procedure which starts and must end. We're happy today that the INEC, I commend INEC for taking all the complaints from other parties, and they treated it. At the end of the day, they now find out that all their agitation and noise was just for them to be heard. But all the same, we're calling on all the parties to come and join hands with the new government. We'll run an open government in Kogi State, and I know that the incoming governor will definitely put his arm open for the other parties to come and be part of the government.
They complained yesterday as to the outcome of the results that was uploaded from the beavers to the IRF, where there were massive overvoting, even in the local government of upward of about 80,000. Difference between accredited voters and the vote that was in excess, and the National Commissioner issued a statement and a release, which is signed, to say that this is unacceptable and that it will be looked into. But they never did.
The announcement by INEC sent APC supporters into a frenzy as they jubilate through the night with security agents on high alert to maintain law and order. From Lokoja, the Kogi State capital, Shafiu Suleiman, Trust TV News.
To a tragic incident now. Over 30 fishermen, including children and women, died in an engine boat mishap. The boat was conveying fishermen and their families from Ibi local government area to the eastern parts of the country for fishing activities. According to reports, the engine boat conveying more than 50 fishermen, all from the same town, sailed from Ibi and capsized at an area known as Aishi and Zabu, located at the boundary between Taraba and Benue states along River Benue. Eyewitnesses say that in the incident, more than 20 children died and 12 of the parents also died in the mishap. Meanwhile, Governor Abu Kefas has described the latest boat mishap involving fishermen from Ibi as a terrible tragedy, coming shortly after one of its kind at Karim Lamido. The Katsina Police Command has foiled a suspected kidnap attempt at the Gogalo village in the Jibia local government area of the state and rescued 3 kidnapped victims. This is contained in a statement on Monday in Katsina by ASP Aliyu Abubakar Sadiq, the spokesman of the command. The team, according to him, had continued to comb the forest, the surrounding bushes until November 12, as the team succeeded in tracking down the suspected kidnappers, engaging them in a gun battle. Abubakar Sadiq said that all the kidnapped victims were successfully rescued unhurt, adding that efforts are on to arrest the fleeing suspects as the investigation proceeds. Trust TV's Abdullahi Amadi gives us an update.
Gogalo is a farming community in Jibia local government area of Katsina State, which is being threatened by incessant bandits attacks in the past. Though the community is making frantic efforts to secure residents from bandits attacks through its vigilantes, police and other strategies, yet the bandits made some attempts to attack the village, abduct people, rustle animals, and perpetuate their heinous crimes. Some residents who spoke to Trust TV News on condition of anonymity said the bandits have been visiting the area disguising as travelers. Well, on noticing the suspicious movement of the bandits, the villagers quickly mobilized residents and informed the Jibia Divisional Police Headquarters to be on the alert in the event of any attack. On the 11th November, to be precise, the bandits came in large number wielding dangerous weapons and shooting sporadically in the air just to scare residents. They attacked Gogalo community and went away with 3 people. However, because of the prompt response from the police and a good understanding existing between the vigilantes guarding the community and other security operatives, they quickly mobilized and chased the gunmen, exchanged fire and overpowered them, and they subsequently rescued the victims unhurt. Now, residents of Gogalo village are saying they want the government to deploy security operatives to the area to reduce the pressure on the vigilante group and the police who have to rush to the area from Jibia, which is about 17 to 25 kilometers away, anytime there is an attack. Though they admitted that the area is now calm, with residents going about their normal businesses, but they still insist that they need reinforcement of securities and urged the Korada administration to sustain the current tempo of dealing with the bandits.
In a similar vein, troops of the 1 Mechanized Division and Operation Wild Punch of the Nigerian Army have killed 3 suspected bandits during a clearance operation in Kajuru local government area of Kaduna State. According to a statement by the Acting Deputy Director of Army Public Relations, Officer of the 1 Mechanized Division, Lieutenant Colonel Musa Yahaya, the troops on Sunday, November 12, carried out the clearance operation around the Maro Chibia Forest general area of Karu local government, during which they made contact with the bandits and immediately engaged them in a heavy gun battle. He disclosed that one of the bandits was neutralized by the troops, forcing the rest to flee in disarray with gunshot wounds into the surrounding forest. He said that troops during the operation recovered an AK-47 rifle, 1 locally fabricated AK-47 rifle, ammunition, and 1 mobile phone. The troops also carried out similar operations at Kawara and Feeling Jalo villages in Igabi local government area, during which they neutralized another bandit and recovered arms and ammunition, while others escaped with gunshot wounds. 2 street cleaners were killed on Monday by an unidentified driver attempting to escape a raid by officers of the Lagos State Traffic Management Agency at the Charlie Boy bus stop via Oshodi Bagada Expressway in Lagos State. The lifeless bodies of the cleaners were seen laid in a drainage channel as onlookers mourned. The gathering of onlookers and other street cleaners led to blockade of the road, leaving commuters stranded for hours. According to eyewitnesses, the victims, who were said to be from the same family, were hit by a vehicle whose driver lost control, swerving to escape an early morning raid by LASMA. At the venue, some street cleaners were seen ranting, accusing the state government of endangering their lives. Meanwhile, there was a mild protest against the operation of LASMA at Ilezik bus stop, close to Ikeja along. That's drivers who participated in the protest carried placards bearing inscriptions to express their grievances against LASMA. 2 years after the flood incident that claimed the ever-busy road linking Tiga and Rurum towns in Bebeji local government area of Kano State, residents are still struggling to maintain a narrow passage to keep the road from completely being inaccessible. Salim Ibrahim, who visited the scene, reports.
2 years after the flood incidents washed up Tiga Dam and made the road deplorable, motorists and other road users say the road is yet to receive the needed attention. The overflow of the Tiga Dam, which cut off the main road and destroyed several farmlands and almost washed away the Sarkin Kogi bridge. Neither rehabilitation of the road nor reconstruction of the bridge has commenced 2 years after. It is observed that the condition of the road is changing from bad to worse, and the narrow passage down the road managed by Good Samaritans is now becoming emblematic.
We are not finding it easy climbing this hill, and at a point in time, we have to pay for us to get to the top of the hill. Some of the drivers will push us up and we give them stipends.
Rano, Rurum, Tiga, Durmawa, Boys Quarters, Sarkin Kogi, Sabuwar Kaura, Ruwan Kanya, Gidan Tsamiya, Doka, Gargai, and Rantan are some of the communities that directly depend on the road for economic and social activities. While many struggle to get across with the help of the residents, who found new job in helping motorists, this year's rainy season saw the passage being eaten up and gradually increasing as erosion takes over.
We are the ones saddled with the responsibility of repairing this road during and after the erosion. We are calling on the government to come to our aid and fix the road, which is one of the popular roads in the state. Since the road serves as a route to some other states, it will go a long way to develop the state if developed by government.
When the dam overflowed 2 years ago, the then Minister of Water Resources, Suleiman Adamu, visited the area and called for the closure of the Sarkin Kogi bridge to ensure the safety of motorists and pedestrians. Though high-ranking government officials pledged government intervention and commitment to the protection of lives and property of citizens, but so far, nothing had been done to address the suffering of motorists and pedestrians on this road. Salim Umar Ibrahim, Trust TV News, Kano.
Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has approved a draft property tax regulation for Abuja that will see property owners start paying taxes on their properties. As entrenched in the Capital Gains Tax Act 2004, it was gathered that the FCT Internal Revenue Service had begun the implementation of capital gains tax in Abuja. This was revealed by the Executive Chairman, FCT IRS Haruna Abdullahi, while speaking to journalists in Abuja. He added that the Abuja Revenue Service had been able to grow its IGR to 140 billion naira. The CGT charges a tax of 10% on the total amount of chargeable gains after making allowable deductions from the computation of such gains accruing to any person on the disposal of chargeable assets in a year on the evaluation. Speaking on measures instituted by the service to drive revenue for the FCT, Abdullahi said that the minister had approved some important mechanisms to achieve this. Cattle traders in Nguru local government area of Yobe State are lamenting that rise in transportation costs is slowing down trading activities. They are also appealing to the government to subsidize the cost to stimulate the business that is now recording low patronage. Trust TV's correspondent Idris Jibrin reports that trailer loads of cattle are now being transported from Nguru to Lagos at the cost of 1.2 million naira.
As far back as the 15th century, the Guru town in present-day Yobe State remains one of Nigeria's oldest commercial centers. This century-old cattle market tells a story of how merchants from different parts of Africa traded here for generations. But not anymore. Inadequate capital, lack of government interventions, and the high cost of doing business are now affecting the continuous survival of these cattle traders in Guru. Our major problem includes the high cost of fuel and foreign exchange. Before now, a trailer load cost between 400 to 500,000 naira, but now is 1.3 million naira. According to the traders, the price of cattle has drastically increased, largely due to increase in price of animals' feeds and supplements, as well as the cost at which these animals are being transported, among other challenges. I think because of the problem of transport, government can help us restore our train services, which will significantly help us to sustain our businesses. You can see we have customers from Kano, Jigawa, Lagos, and several other places across the country. Therefore, if we have this train back and sound, I think things will definitely become easier for us. Although Guru cattle market is still thriving, but these people are worried about the future of their businesses if the situation persists. Honestly, most of our people now are worried. They feel that if this situation continues, many people from Niger, Chad, and several other places will stop coming here to do business because the cost of transportation is too much for us. Despite this, there is optimism among the traders that there may be light at the end of the tunnel. They also expect government's quick intervention. But while they wait, their suffering may remain until something is done to change the situation. Idris Jubrin, Trust TV News, Yobe.
You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Coming up shortly. Mounting economic pressure threatens the livelihood of stonemasons in Jigawa. Details and more after the break.
Are you interested in the latest news and developments in Nigerian politics, policy, governance, and other critical national issues? Look no further than Daily Politics on Trust TV. Our panel of experts and key people in government provide in-depth analysis and commentary on the biggest stories in Nigerian politics.
And 33.3 million Nigerians are suffering from multi-dimensional poverty. It's a much calmer Buhari than the Buhari who was in the khaki uniform.
Naira to Naira X rate is higher anywhere in the world. The Naira is higher than our exchange rate. So you want to please central bank governor you're doing, you must do it fast.
Number of casualties we have had, we shouldn't have had. Security as far as Nigeria is concerned, we have wronged.
From the inner workings of government to the latest on legislation, rule of law, implementation, and democracy, we have you covered. Don't miss out on the latest political news and discussion. Tune in to Daily Politics, weekdays on Trust TV, your source for reliable and unbiased coverage of Nigerian politics.
Thanks for staying with us. You're watching the news update on Trust TV, and here's a recap of the main news again. Ahmed Ododo wins Kogi election by a landslide victory. Over 30 fishermen killed in boat mishap in Taraba. In other news, people who manually break rocks in Jigawa State say that lack of government patronage is making it difficult for their craft to thrive. The rock breakers say that despite their physically challenging occupation, they are struggling to cope with the harsh economic environment. Trust TV's Adamu Imam files in the report.
Rock breaking is a physically demanding job, which means most people cannot take it on. But someone has to do the job because of the demand for rocks in the construction industry. There are huge deposits of rocks in Dutse, the Jigawa state capital, which means there is a market where forces of demand and supply can interact. As I'm talking to you now, no one is patronizing our business here, unless those engaged in the petty building construction. We can't remember when last government officials came to buy from us. We just sit and watch. Only God that is helping us. This is hard labor, so he questioned that arises is why have people chosen this as an occupation. Before we had some capital for small business, but things have turned upside down. If we search for a job, it's never forthcoming. The capital has disappeared. Instead of to remain idle, we decided to join this hard labor to manage our lives. If we can have a strong union in this job, we are good to go. But the reverse is the case. We have no one to champion our cause here, so that we should speak with one voice to boost our business morale and progress in the end. This may not be an attractive job because it is physically and mentally draining, but it provides means of livelihood to many youths who otherwise will have been unemployed. Adamu Imam, Trust TV News, Jigawa.
The Nigeria Customs Service has adjusted the foreign exchange rate for its tariffs and duties. The new rates were reflected on the single window trade portal of the federal government. According to information on the portal, the NCS exchange rate has gone up by 1.59% or 12.37 naira to 783.174 naira to the dollar. Rates vary for different items from 5% to 35% and are assessed with reference to the prevailing harmonized commodity and coding system. Last month, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, announced the lifting of the ban on 43 items previously restricted from accessing Forex. Consequently, the amount used to clear goods, including the 47 items at Nigerian ports, has increased. Away from Nigeria, the United States European Command, one of the 11 unified combatant commands of the U.S. military, says it has lost 5 service members in an air crash. EUCOM confirmed the accident in a statement on Sunday, saying that the service members died after their military aircraft suffered a mishap and crashed over the eastern Mediterranean Sea on Saturday morning during a routine training mission. The military officials said that the aircraft's search and rescue efforts began immediately. All 5 service members on board the aircraft were determined to have died. The statement added that an investigation into the crash is underway, though military officials say that there are no indications of any hostile activity involved. EUCOM said that identities of the victims will not be released until 24 hours after their families are notified. And in sports news, Lesotho will arrive Uyo on Monday for their 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying match day 1 encounter against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Leslie Notzi's side will make the trip from Johannesburg, South Africa. The players and the officials are expected to fly straight to the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, before connecting another flight to Uyo. The team started preparations for the game in Johannesburg last Friday. Lesotho will confront the highly fancied Super Eagles at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, on Thursday. They will host the Squirrels of Benin Republic in their next game at the Moses Mabhida Stadium on Tuesday, November 21. All right, that's it for the news update. You can watch more via all our social media platforms and also on our YouTube live stream. And then after this, we're going straight to Bayelsa State for the collection of the remaining results. Please stay with us.